Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, we are from 9 group. Let me introduce our group. My name is Dinda Solehah, and then
Resti Vionika.
we are from class D. In this video, we explain about style and context. Okay guys, let's go.
Okay, today I would like to explain about style. Style can be defined a different variants of form or language used for the same purpose be set on certain situation. Language variation are caused by the existence of social interaction activities carried out by very diverse communicate or group due to the non-homogeneous or narrative. However, Halliday distinguishes language variation based on use dialect and use register. For example, when talking to persons in everyday life, the style to speak used is more relaxed and tends to be informal. For example, hey, how do you do this? But if you talk to the lecturer, the style of speech used must be more formal and orderly. For example, sorry sir, how do you solve this problem? The next, listener determines the style. Address as an influence on style. Who is the recipe of the music? Listener or person we are talking to usually listen from the familiarity the listener. The background intensity of meeting the speaker to the listener determine the style or variation of the language we ask. If you are familiar or recognize more closely, the style of language used tends to be more relaxed. On the other hand, when we speak to people who are not well known, the style of language we use will be more regular. Chair size says the first of all we distinguish between language variation based on speakers and users. The explained for this language variation is as follows. The first, act of the music recipe or listener, act of address, and the last, social status of listener or social background of address. The next material, accommoding theory. It is a theory of way to adopt when communicating between speaker and listener. The effect, method, and problem in communicating, including speech coverage, speaking accommodate, speech difference, and the last accommodation problems. Okay, the next material can be explained by Dinda.
Okay guys, I would like to explain about context. Context is a concept, a semantic structure that exists in the mind of each human mind. Context can also be sourced from previous events and formed psychologically for each individual. Example, when the speaker talks about touring and the listener also respond this conversation and their communication process in ongoing, such as a situation means that both the speaker and the listener have the same context about touring. So there is no miscommunication. The first, context, style, and class. A. Formal context and social rules. The form of speech or someone's call in a conversation that is adapt to social rules or setting of the place. B. Colloquial style or the vernacular. is a style of language used daily or regional language or slang. There are strategies other than topic manipulation that have been used to capture the most casual style of speech or folk vernacular. C. The interaction of social class and style. The interaction between social class and the style of language that a person uses when communicating is that the higher a person social class, the more organized the structure of the language he uses. D. Hypercorrection is it is an attempt to justify a language in a sentence or paraphrase, but it leads to the wrong result. Hypercorrection is also referred to as the use of some pronunciation rules or grammar rules that many language users consider to be incorrect, but that use a speaker or writer talk a misunderstanding of these rules, often combined with a desire to appear formal or educated. The second is style in non-Western societies. The language style of non-Western society, for example, is Javanese. The use of Java language can be seen from the speakers. If the speaker has a high social status, then the Javanese language used tend to be more refined, or commonly referred to as krama inggil. On the other hand, if the speaker has a low social class, then the Javanese language he used tend to be harsher, or commonly called the ngoko language. Example, Javanese high class style or krama inggil, wainan dalem, mudu sengkul semanten. Lower class style or engko, kenapa kowe njupuk immediately mono. And the next is conclusion. Style context is a continuity, so if we only discuss one of them, such as style only or context only, for example, there will be no understanding. In this chapter, more emphasis is placed on language user and to whom does language user use their language. So by itself, it can be seen that there is a style context in the conversation. Actually, the understanding of style context already exists automatically from within us, so we just need to perfect its use by learning from the environment and education. Okay guys, thank you for your attention. Sorry for our mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.